Parle-G helps Parle clock best ever growth in last 4 decades. The company has gained a good market share of around 5% in the highly competitive biscuit segment. Leading food company Parle Products logged record sales of its most loved product Parle-G biscuits in April and May during the lockdown, said a senior company official. The highest growth rate among all the biscuit companies, with people staying home during the lockdown, led to increased consumption. The company has gained a market share of around 5% in the highly competitive biscuit segment because it was preferred by people while stocking pantry during the pandemic. Parle-G biscuits also gained attraction as it was preferred by government agencies and NGOs working to distribute food relief packages to the people during the pandemic due to its economic proposition, with value package of Rs2 besides being considered as a good source of glucose. Parle-G product senior head Mayank Shah told PTI. The growth was phenomenal, and as a result, Parle was able to increase its market share by 4.5 to 5% during the lockdown. This is one of the highest in the recent times. At least in the last 30 to 40 years, we have not seen this kind of growth. Shah said, adding in his 20 years of working with the biscuits major, he hasn't witnessed a performance like this. That is the kind of trust which people have in the brand, he said, adding the Parle-G is good for storing also as it has a longer shelf life. The company had also announced to donate 3 crore packages of Parle-G biscuits when the coronavirus pandemic intensified in India. Please do subscribe.